There's a document that recently has become unredacted that the U.S. government, especially the NSA and the FBI, do not want you to know about. It's a letter signed, sealed, and delivered by the FBI of J. Edgar Hoover in 1964, urging Dr. Martin Luther King to kill himself. The letter comprised of many intimate details about King's personal life that the FBI got through spying on his phone, intercepting his letters, bugging his hotel room. The FBI was pretty much after MLK, the civil rights leader, the man that we have holidays for today, the man that is worshipped today, and rightfully so. Every aspect of his life was pretty much surveilled by the U.S. government in 1964. They took those intimate details and they wrote a letter. This letter was delivered to MLK and his wife with an audio tape of MLK talking to one of his mistresses. Now, MLK was, you could say, a dog. He was sleeping around. Whatever you may think of that, that was his personal, private life. It had nothing to do with what the man was doing in his political career. And it's insane seeing this letter with extreme detail, gross language that was written by the FBI trying to get Martin Luther King to kill himself. Now, this was all done by this man, J. Edgar Hoover, this demonic, deranged dweeb that was known as one of the most powerful men in the United States. Now, J. Edgar Hoover, this man was sexually suppressed by his mother until the age of 40. He lived with his mother until the age of 40, and he waged a vendetta against homosexuals, JFK, RFK, and MLK. Now, it also recently came out, even by ABC News, they even wrote an article saying, J. Edgar Hoover, gay or just a man who has sex with men? Very catchy title, to say the least. But it's very interesting to see people who are very homophobic, people who are very anti-gay, usually are the people who are gay. And many historians and authors claim that J. Edgar Hoover was gay. But the fact is, he waged a war against homosexuality. Back in the 60s, if people discovered that you were homosexual, your whole political career would be over. And it's just insane seeing the hypocrisy of this man who knowingly spied on intimate conversations between RFK, JFK, MLK. Even here in this Washington Post articles, it talks about how Hoover discovered and had wiretaps of affairs that John F. Kennedy had. He later used those affairs that JFK and RFK had and exploited them to get more power, to get more wiretaps and warrants to do what he wants. He's really just a sick, deranged, hypocritical human being that authorized these letters. And it just shows you what happens when you give the government power to spy on you. Now, many people think the conspiracy against MLK goes even deeper. In 1999, in December of 1999, the Circuit Court of Shelby County in Tennessee ruled, this was an official court decision that no one ever talks about, but this was a court decision in the United States that said that the U.S. government agencies are found guilty in the assassination of Martin Luther King. Now, of course, it was William Pepper, famous lawyer, who worked on this case and presided over this case. He's also a 9/11 truther. But the main thing that was happening against MLK was not only the spying. A lot of people are talking about the spying aspect of this story, but also the counterintelligence, the programs that were meant to destroy this person, the programs that were meant to get rid of people questioning the status quo. As we know, this problem relates to what's happening in the United States right now. We have Cass Sunstein, who's Obama's former information czar. He wrote a paper called Conspiracy Theories, where he said, and this is Obama's information czar. He openly wrote this paper that I was able to confront him on. He wrote this paper saying that 9/11 truthers, people who question the government, not only need to be taxed and banned from the internet, that the government needs to spend their resources infiltrating them, lying about them, having propaganda against them so their ideas do not come forth. I confronted Cass Sunstein about writing such a paper, about cognitive infiltration, about knowingly, openly writing that government agents should infiltrate 9/11 truth groups. And destroy them from the inside. This is what Obama's information czar wrote before. I confronted him about this. In this speech, he talks about how I don't remember writing that. So then I had to follow up with him, and I asked him point blank, do you repudiate making those statements? And then he point blank said, I don't even remember making those statements at all. And I was like, okay, you don't have to remember. You did write it. It's a fact. Do you repudiate? Do you still stand by those ideas? And he wouldn't even answer the question. He was squirming like a rat in a mousetrap. You see him running away. His guards are trying to push me away. Definitely watch the video. It's in the annotations. If you click on the YouTube video, this is a must-watch to what's happening right now. And it's insane how brazen the Obama administration, insane how brazen Mr. Cass Sunstein is in calling for these insane rules. And of course, we reported on this whole spying aspect of everything that was happening back in 2011. This video we released, we confronted General Hayden, the former CIA and NSA head. We confronted him about NSA officials listening to people's private phone sex conversations and masturbating to it. This is way before Edward Snowden came out. We confronted him outside and said, how come Americans deserve no right to privacy? How come there's huge data centers in Verizon and AT&T and T-Mobile? All these phone companies have secret rooms with NSA servers in there. What's going on? Why don't we have privacy? Why are we all being spied on? And he says, no, you have the right to privacy. You're not being spied on. Back in 2011, before the Edward Snowden documents even came out, we were being called conspiracy theorists because we were screaming about this since 2006. 2006, I was telling everybody the government is spying on you. They're watching every aspect of your life. Everything has been compromised. People were laughing at my sticker on my laptop because it was covering up the camera, and people were calling me a crazy, paranoid conspiracy theorist in my tinfoil hat because I said the government was spying on us. Well, guess what? All the information has come out, and it's true. The government is watching and spying on everything you're doing. We reported on this MLK case back in 2011. The redacted letter just came out now. It used to be redacted. It just came out live right now. And get this story out to everybody, especially if you know people who are supportive of government spying to so-called fight terrorism. Because we talked to William Binney before, another great video that you should look up, who worked at the NSA, and he told us point blank the government is not worried about stopping terrorist threats. It's worried about collectivizing everyone's data. It's worried about having a file on every single person that they can. And that's exactly what they're doing. What they're going to do with that information, we don't know yet, but it has to be stopped, and it can only be stopped with you. If you like this video, click the like button, click subscribe. We're going to have more videos coming your way.